Welcome back to the show, folks. Hi, Cape Breton Divers Guide. Ken Jardine, scuba instructor, scuba tech.
And Marc, Northern Strike Dive Club.
And why are we doing the Mexican hat dance? I think that's what it's called.
I think it has something to do possibly with today's show, since our location footage is going to be from a trip that 6 divers from Cape Breton here took in April. We went down to Cozumel, Mexico, which is a little island just off the Yucatan Peninsula. My mouth is moving.
Easy for you to say.
That's also,
I didn't go. They went during March break. I took March break and spent it with my kids, okay? So shoot me. But I had a good time. We had a good time too, but we went skiing and I hurt my shoulder. Anyway, so on. You guys went to Cozumel. Year before that, I wore my shirt here, which Lawrence hates us wearing while in the studio, but so what. But this is my shirt that I got in Cuba back in '94. You guys did your trip in '95. And this was given to me by one of the instructors in Cuba. So Cape Bretoners do travel south for scuba dives. 1 minute, okay? Mm-hmm. And so that's basically what the show is going to be about today. The dive you did, I've seen the footage. It's spectacular, folks.
You're going to love this. Wait till you see. All I'll say is it's a reef dive off Tunis Reef, and we'll let you see what else happens on this dive. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And also on our Tech Talk, we're going to talk about snorkeling. Snorkels? I'm sorry, let me drop the ING.
No problem at all. And when we get into the instructor tips, which is officially...
That's right, it's officially instructor tips.
When we get into instructor tips, we'll be giving you all the ins and outs of the buddy check, which is required safety precaution that we take, I guess, before we get into the water. And also it's an enjoyment thing to make sure everything's in place and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Right now, we're going to switch over to snorkels, and we'll get right back with our dives of Cozumel.
And enjoy. Hey, Marky.
The original Nova.
Oh, I can. How's it going, dude? Hey, you like that shirt, don't you?
Love it.
Hey, that's the name of our dive club. The Nervous Rex.
Best dive club in Cape Breton.
Don't tell anybody we know this dive club in Cape Breton.
Anyway, you're playing with the snorkels.
Yeah, I was just looking at the different types of snorkels you have over here, Ken. And
Well, snorkeling is, there's quite a few scuba divers in Cape Breton now, but snorkeling is even more popular. There's a lot more people doing it. So I thought maybe we talk a little bit about snorkels today. That's why I have some of these out here. I know you always like touching the new toys. I
always like playing with the new toys.
Stuff like that. So we'll have a little chat about snorkels. Great. Sound good?
Great.
All right. First off,
before you even start, when you're looking for snorkels, what should you be looking for when you're purchasing a snorkel?
with all scuba equipment, the first thing you're looking for is comfort and fit.
Okay.
All right, now people go, comfort and fit in a snorkel. There's a lot more to snorkels than meets the eye. I know when I took my military... What's that? Shut the door. Okay, we'll shut the door. I know when I took my military dive course back in the mid-'80s, I remember saying to the petty officer, when are we going to get our snorkel? We're not snorkeling, we're divers, get in the water! I saluted and I jumped in and I was swimming away with it. Right?
Yeah, this guy's lovely.
Yeah, 40,000. He had me do about 200 push-ups just for asking. He said divers don't need snorkels. That was an incorrect statement. If you're watching, it was an incorrect statement. I'm not military anymore, I'm sure of it. Okay, snorkels are great for divers because if you had to swim a long surface distance, right, like say the Montero or Mooseburg Cove,
exactly.
Why waste 5 minutes of your scuba tank air out, another 5 minutes back? That's 10 minutes of air that you could have spent on the wreck.
On the wreck.
With snorkeling in your boat, your face is in the water, it's relaxing, you're not tiring yourself out, etc. And also, if you end up out in the water, say, and you're low on air and you have a long swim home, snorkel time.
That's right, too.
Now, as far as, what was it you asked asked me that before?
That's what you're looking for, yeah.
Alrighty, the one thing is, the snorkel attaches to the mast. There's a whole bunch of different means of attaching them. Most of them nowadays have some kind of a clip here. This one slips over the mast strap, and this one here, the mast strap sort of threads through it. Alright, they all have some of them have a rubber snorkel keeper, in display case, no matter. Anyway, they go over the mask. On the left-hand side. Why the left-hand? The left-hand side, if you're a snorkeler, you'd say, oh well, who cares? But for a scuba diver, the regulator hoses will come over your right-hand shoulder. Okay. So, and if you had it on the right side, the hose is going to be in the way and stuff like that. Alright, so we're attaching it to the left-hand side of your mast strap. Make sure that you're not attaching it to the free end, that you're attaching it to the inside part of the strap. Alright, I've seen the odd person attach it on the outer part. First little bump into something and they lose their snorkel. Other thing is, snorkels come in a lot of different types. Alright, this is a simple, and I mean simple, J snorkel. Shaped like a letter J, obviously. The letter J here has a little mouthpiece on it. It's kind of a small bore here. It's not really big. Okay, a little fancy. My son uses one of these when he's in his swimming lessons at the YMCA. No, it's not the day off the bone. That's why I was laying around the shop. Hey, no dude. Well, Dad puts it away. Then you have your purging snorkel. This one has a little valve in the bottom. Maybe you can pick this up on the camera, I'm not sure. Okay, it's the NW root there. When you get water in your snorkel, okay, instead of having to blow the water up the length of the snorkel, which is anywhere from 16 to 18 inches, you just give a little, and it comes out here, and there you go. Yeah. Alright, now, this one has this nice silicone mouthpiece. Okay, actually this is all one piece with a silicone mouthpiece. Now you get up into the deluxe instructor model snorkels, a much larger purge on the bottom. Also doubles as a shot glass, it's a 1 ounce register. The mouthpiece is replaceable. This mouthpiece will come right off, so if someone chews through the tabs after a couple of years, they can replace just the mouthpiece. Or you can get a bubblegum flavored one or whatever. I said comfort and fit before. Exactly. This model here, you can get a smaller mouthpiece. You can order them a little bit smaller. And if someone has really weird dental needs, there's one you can get. You put it in hot water, you put it in your mouth and chop down on it, and it actually takes the shape of your teeth. So that one, once it gets cold again, it stays in that shape for you. Alright. We have a flexi on it here, and an adjustable clip on it. Alright? The last thing, the latest newest that I thought was a gimmick, when I first saw it on my web, was like, air kidding, just a sales thing, but it's not, is a dry cap. These snorkels are identical except for the color and the fact that this one has a dry cap on the top. Alright? How this works is, when you inhale, air goes up under here, and you can see yourself, Marc, there's about a half-inch space here. Exactly. That's a one-way valve. Water can get shot out of that, but it can't get in. Okay? The air goes up under here. There's quite a large space in there, right? See that? Hi, Mom. And everybody else say hi, Mom. Karen. And the air goes up under here, down, and you breathe it. I have been in the pool, laying on my face with left side, laying on my face. One of the guys, just for fun, took a hose and held it over my head, spraying it. Not a drop. Yeah. That would be great in rough water. Rough water, something like that, yeah. The little wave splashes over you, no water getting down there, okay? But it's a little big and it can catch up on your gear a little bit. Yeah, they are great. I have used this type of snorkel before. And the problem is, this gets caught on your gear. When you're donning or taking the gear off, this gets caught, and that's how I lost my snorkel. So you get used to it. You just have to be aware of it, that's all. But real popular thing, right? The silicone mouthpiece is beautiful, nice and soft and all that sort of thing, okay? As far as what you do with your snorkel, fresh water rinse. Anybody out there took a scuba course from myself or Russ or George Gardner, one of the guys, or Wall Eaton, you hear it go, fresh water rinse. Hey, fresh water. Every bit of scuba gear, if you do not rinse it between dives, the gear will not last you at all. Rinse it and dry it, air dry. I had a guy say, can I put my dry suit in the cold dryer at home? No. You just rinse them, let them air dry, and your scuba gear can last you a long time. When you can have a snorkel in the water, or the Christie's Beach, you can tear it like paper. This was in the spring, it had been in the water all winter. It rots everything. The ocean can rot anything, salt water will rot anything, so you have to really look out and care of it. Anyway, that's it for snorkels. Thank you very much. I love them. good snorkels. We had a good mood that day.
I don't know if it's all that coffee we had or what it was, but
I think that was about our 10th one. We finally got the door closed. 4 Tech Talk segments in a row. That's 2 hours or 5
Tech Talk.
There you go. But did you snorkel in Cozumel?
We did a snorkel, we actually did a daytime snorkel dive, we did a nighttime snorkel dive.
Well, Colleen wasn't certified then, right?
No, that's why we were doing it. She is now, and she's after me to get in the water. As soon as my ear clears this weekend, I'm in the water.
Yeah, I hear you. But, no, it's, the snorkeling, down south is fantastic.
It is beautiful.
You know, I mean, you can't dive round the clock 24 hours a day, but you can see a lot more of it. I know, the mayor, he's mayor now anyway, till August 1st.
That's right.
In the super city there, of Sydney, which I think is a super city anyway. He got some snorkeling gear for him and his daughter, and they went somewhere and they were snorkeling. And if you don't look under the water when you're on these trips, as far as I'm concerned, you're missing half the trip.
You're missing half the trip, is right.
Anyway, Mark, that's how I just happen to have a map of Cozumel.
We are going to be taking you down to Cozumel, Mexico. Okay, this is a map of Cozumel, Mexico. If you can imagine the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico over on this side here, there's 13 miles of water between the mainland Mexico and Cozumel.
Easier to fly than swim.
Exactly. And what a view from when flying.
But if we had to swim it, we could do it. We could do that.
All along this western coast of the island is nothing but coral reef. Okay? And we did, as you can see by the names here, there's quite a variety of dives to be done. The dive we're going to show you is on Tunish Reef, right over here. Okay? And this is a dive that is going to be on the video here.
And if it was rough weather, it would be like that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how you know wavy days.
No, that's hurricane days. Yeah.
Hurricane.
Okay. So,
what time of year was this?
This is in April. Yeah.
Great time.
We left
here.
Toronto Airport April the 8th, and we came back April the 21st.
Well, that's a great time of year to go on a trip like that.
So without further ado, you like that word, eh?
I do.
Let's go down to Mexico.
And see.
And take a look at this dive.
No. All right, let's go. Where are we at here? Flash that sucker up. Clear up that baby.
Look at the beach. This is all
Indian Beach in North Sydney.
That's right.
No, the Padre. So,
this is Playa del Sol, the name of this beach, and it's almost directly across from where the Tunish dive has taken place. And that's all coral. You may think that's a sandy beach. That is not sand. That's all crushed coral. It is much coarser than sand. No, it's about
Hershey Bay Beach in Bermuda is kind of pink.
Exactly. This is part of the dive that we're doing here now. We're on top of the reef. As a matter of fact, that day the water temperature was 82 degrees at this depth, and the deepest we drove, staying on the top of the reef, was 65 feet. Well, that's easily doable by even a basic level. Exactly. That's why that dive was over 55 minutes long.
Would you consider, what would you class this as level-wise, Mark?
This would be for an experienced diver, only for the simple fact of some of these good divers who are doing really crabbing 45 knots. Okay. For a novice diver, I would put a little experience under my belt first.
That would be like 10 kilometers an hour.
Maybe 8.
Someone's home there with a calculator, plug and play. It's 7.2. So let's get a life.
This fellow on the right-hand side of your screen is our dive master. His name is Gabriel Martinez.
Okay, there's the Molly there.
This is a Molly, a green Molly,
giant. Is that a name on it?
There is a name to it. I forget what the name is. Yeah, sure. And you see them very careful.
Yes.
You can see all kinds of fishes, a grouper swimming in front. You saw a couple seconds ago a French angelfish. This Moray eel is so used to seeing divers, you can feed it. And this is what Gabriel was doing here. He was trying to draw it out so we can have a good look at it.
Right.
And we will definitely have a very good look at it. The water temperature, like I said, was fantastic. It was 82 degrees. The air temperature was 80 degrees. This is in the morning. We're in about 65 feet of water here, and it looked like clear.
I spent a day, our very last dive we did in Cuba. I think you've seen the still photos of it. Me and Richie, we
careful. It's like most marine life. If you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Okay? And there are smaller morays, the spotted moray, which seems to be a little more aggressive than these green morays. Like these green guys here, this guy here is probably almost 6 feet long. You'll see in a few minutes because Gabriel, the dive master here, kind of hugs it.
Right. The first moray eel that I ever saw was in the aquarium in Bermuda. Okay. And one of the guys that was in the military trip, one of the pilots, he was friends with the head veterinarian for his whole place. And he had us in the cage with the lemurs and that, but they had a giant green moray and he took us in the back behind the scenes. It was as big as a canvas. Much bigger, way bigger than this one.
Yeah, that's what they were telling us, that this isn't a really big one. Right. There's another grouper, spotted grouper.
These fish don't bother you. I've done dives doing something myself. Not in Mexico.
We had 2 divers from Toronto with us on this trip, Joe Brewer and his son Elton. Elton was going around as we were doing this lift dive, heading.
He's 15.
He's 15. He's still a junior diver. He should be.
He's 15 now. He's big.
You notice these angel fish, they're definitely not camera shy. They want to get in on the scene. There he goes again. So he's going around my house.
Well, that's true, though. We tell people when they take a scuba course, don't molest the critters. You can tell the difference between this creature here obviously knows, it's still a wild animal. That's right. You're at your own risk there. Really. It's just spectacular footage, Marc. You know if you're hurting when you go. Oh, this was excellent. Richard, Joe Brewer, Joe O'Brien, and Elton. He's going back in. Just in one place. The night dives down South Africa, all these people see what they're going to do. They're going to have to do it. Let's see if you can do that. We did a night dive. I had some videos. When I show we do a night dive, we'll show some of the footage from that show. And compare it to some of the footage from one of the English town next week anyway. Maybe we'll go over English town and that's a good idea. Donna was the night dive. Master diver course with us. She did great on her rescue school. But, look, I love diving safe. You know what, in Cape Breton here, Green Cove, which we had on a different show, I did a dive wearing a 2-mil shorty, the same thing you see me wearing in the pool, on the pool segment, the show, instructor tips. I did a dive there last year in late August, 40 feet down for 40 minutes, and I was only wearing a 2-mil, no gloves, no hood. Right now in Cape Breton, it's July, in the Bordeaux Lakes, you're not wearing a hood, you're not wearing gloves, you don't have to. It's that warm.
The water is over 60 degrees in Bordeaux Lake now. The reason we wanted to show you some of this footage down here is to show you a different type of diving. This is coral reef diving, which is beautiful world-class diving. But here in Cape Breton, some of the dives that we have shown you and some of the dives we will be showing you are also world-class. It's a different type of diving.
I tell you, we get the arrow gun too. And I've had people, dive instructors that have go all over the world, come up off the arrow and just head a breath. It's spectacular. It's the size of the Civic Center in Sydney. It's the size of the City Hall. It's how big the damn thing is. So it's really quick to dive.
Here we are probably about a foot and a half away from this moray eel.
Looks like you're ready to give him a big kiss and a yap there, Marc. Just beautiful. Beautiful stuff here. You're so lucky to get... there's people go their whole lives diving the whole time. We
were very, very lucky. The way the current is flowing and this is underneath a bit of a cavern.
Yeah, no, the fact that at first you guys were just drifting along and all of a sudden you're sitting still.
If we were to come up about 5 feet, we'd get caught up in the current and that would be Here's Eldon petting the groupers.
Okay, now you're moving.
Now we're here. There's very little swimming going on here. This is all current diving.
You didn't do the drift dive under the Bordeaux Bridge yet, did you?
Not yet.
That is something too. You gotta get the video cam in the water there because we just... There's no kicking.
You're just prime example of a drift dive. Very little body motion. You just enjoy the dive.
One thing I'll say about it too, you can say Richard, nobody's touching the coral bottom unless they absolutely want to. You had to have very, very good control.
And this is all national park. All this area, this whole entire island of Cozumel, all the reef dives are all national park.
Really?
And you're not allowed to actually, touch the coral. They don't want you destroying it.
Well, it takes 100 years for that stuff to grow an inch, I think, isn't it? I've been told that by, in Cuba they told us that. And if you snap it or bust it off or something like that, I mean, that's 100 years of growth gone.
That's right. That's right. And it's enjoyable, and you have divers from all over the world coming here.
Right.
This here was only a group of 6 from Cape Breton, basically, that went down, but there are divers from Cape Breton here that go away every year. Some go down to Jamaica, some go down to Cuba, some go down to the Bahamas.
Well, March '96, I've got Cuba. I've already got a couple of people saving for it now. It's relatively inexpensive. A trip like that, how long were you gone? 2 weeks?
We were gone for 2 weeks. And
ballpark cost on it?
Ballpark cost, the trip down, not counting what we spent down there, the trip was about $2,500 to get down there and come back, and that's accommodations and that.
Meals?
Meals. But
food?
No, that's Diet Coke. That's the other $1,000 that I spent.
No. I know I'm setting Cuba up now, and a week is $1,400. 2 weeks is $1,800. This is your meals, drinks, entertainment, everything.
Exactly.
Everything. The only thing extra will be your diving, and the more you do, the more it's going to cost you. It's pretty hard to factor in.
That's right.
But I mean, that's pretty good.
You know, we were paying $36 US a day for our diving package, a 2-tank dive up in down in Mexico. The regular rate was $55.
You guys got them in bulk, you got a little cheaper.
Exactly, exactly. Well, anyways, we should move on. Unfortunately, we don't have...
we can talk all day about that.
Yes. Our next segment is Instructor Tips.
Instructor Tips.
And what we want to do is cover
buddy checks.
Buddy checks. And that is something that should be performed before every
Mexico, Cape Breton, doesn't matter. So go wait for the YMCA pool and have a look at it.
Let's take a look at it.
Welcome back to the YMCA pool. It's super generous enough to donate their time. John Anyway, the MCA wall, see you're all wet, I hope you know it's wet. That's not heavy, but before you get the water, you have to do a buddy check and make sure all the equipment is working properly. So I'm going to do a quick buddy check here. I'm very thorough. On Angela, and then Angela, you can do one on Laura, and then we know all the equipment works. And the purpose of the buddy check is twofold. One is, you want me to check your equipment so that you know your gear works. The other is, you want me to check your equipment so that I know what all the quick releases are in case I need to help you with your equipment. Because everyone knows that we're different equipment. You have different obstacles here, you have different gauges and stuff like that. So it's important that we do a quick buddy check, right? And we start with, just like putting the gear together, we start with the basics. First I come here and I make sure the tank is all the way on and backed off just the truck. I give the tank retaining strap a little shake, make sure it's not going to slip on. Great. I come around the floor. I make sure that the buoyancy compensator works. I put air in it. Yes, works perfect. Little arrow here, dump, there's another dump back here, and there. Now I know that works. I check that the regulators work. By pushing the button, the common fallacy, people get on a beach somewhere and do a buddy check, they put it in their mouth and they breathe it. I saw Russ do it one time, and there was a good twitch on one of the slopes, and he put it down there. Sorry Russ, that's a double here. But the other thing is, if you put it right in your mouth and breathe, if there's any dirt or sand running in there, don't break your mouth, move your mouth, because that's so I checked all the things work, then your gauges. We have lots of air, the depth gauge is activated, because it's the digital
There we go. Love it.
Once that's all done, then the diving starts.
I was asked one time, how often do you do your buddy check? And how often do you do your dive tables? I had a diver ask me that one time. It seemed like, to me, a silly question. It's sort of like asking a firefighter, when do you put on your firefighting suit, or when do you turn on the hose?
Exactly.
Before you go into the building, while you're in the burning building, or when you come out of it. You do this stuff before you go in the water. You check everything, make sure everything is perfectly operating, and that your buddy knows where everything is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the last safety check you do before you actually...
Last
enter the
chance
water.
check, yeah.
That's right.
Actually, something else that a lot of divers don't keep up is their dive log, and I noticed when I was asking you questions about the dive mat, you were very specific on your temperatures and such.
Exactly.
Like super memory, you took that television memory.
Not at all. I have the worst memory in the world, and how do I get around...
forgetting that you have a web memory.
Yeah. How do I get around this? We use what is called dive logs.
Dive log.
And I just have this open to the actual dive we did, this tuna reef dive. I don't know if you can see this well. This is the actual dive right here. Okay? We went down, maximum depth was 65 feet. The average depth we traveled was about 40 feet. And you were asking about the temperature. Well, I have the temperature, the air temperature, and the water temperature.
Same temperature.
It was the same temperature.
Yeah.
Okay?
Gotta like that.
You gotta love that. I can even tell you, looking at this, how much air I went into the water with, and how much air I ended the dive with.
Mm-hmm. And you're keeping a running total on the side there.
Over here is a running total of the amount of time I've breathed on a regulator, or breathed compressed air. This particular dive was 52 minutes long. I previously, to that 52 minutes, I had 65 hours and 29 minutes on a regulator. Added them both together, and I came up with 6621.
That's dive number 111 for you.
I was dive number 111. It was done on April the 17th.
Right. Right on.
Okay.
I hit number 500 when I was in Cuba.
Is that right?
Yeah, and we went to a little beach restaurant. It was gorgeous and had a lobster dinner thing to celebrate. So that was
Exactly.
really
That's
nice.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I could go back in this logbook and at any time and look at any particular dive, let's say dive number 14,
Right.
and I can tell you exactly what I did. I actually remember the dive looking at this.
Right.
Okay.
Now, when you were talking with snorkels, I said you lost a snorkel. You could look through there, find out in your logbook, where were we when you lost it?
Exactly.
And possibly go back and look. Or if there's a particularly good dive that you've had, you go into your logbook, you find your dive site, and away you go.
Exactly.
Which brings me to our next show, actually, because I have it in my logbook, and it was an ice dive we did at the Factory Wharf Road out in Greater Vidor. And so we gone from the Cozumel stuff. You're going to actually see people, yes, we cut a hole in the ice, and we jumped in the water.
And we went from 80-degree water to 28-degree water?
Yeah, something like that, between the two shows. So if you can join us next time for the ice dive, I'm Ken Jardine from Scuba Tech.
And I'm Marc Boutot from the Nervous Threat Dive Club.
And for Cape Breton Divers Guide, good diving, and see you next time.